If you want to see how I'm doing on my rolling project pan, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène with another rolling project pan update. This is an exciting one. I have done really well. I'm going to go through all the products from the least amount of progress to the most amount of progress, and I will give you a timestamp right here where you can go and take a look at the progress pictures and the different weights of my end of January to now my end of February, if that is what you are after. I am so excited. I have so many products. Let me just count because I forget. 14 products, a lot, but it will be less by the time this video is done, which is so exciting. Okay, so let's just talk about the stuff that I did not focus on at all. I did not use my AQUA XL by Makeup Forever. I did not use any of my Dip Brow pomades by Anastasia Beverly Hills. If it looks like a weird container, it's because I depotted a couple of samples into a Sephora sample container. Didn't touch these. I did use this one a couple of times, and this is the bottom of a Rita Hazen. It just says dark brown or black. The writing is off of this thing, but it's basically a root touch-up for hair. And so I'm using the bottom of it as a brow, kind of like a brow pomade. And it's not bad at all for the tail end of the brow. It's a little bit darker and works quite nicely. Next up, I have some lip products. One of them I am wearing today, and it is FOMO. And FOMO always looks a lot darker on the lips than it does in the tube. What I am finding, though, is that this one is getting very dry. So I'm going to give it one last month because I'm scraping the sides here, and it's starting to be hard to apply. I spent a lot of time just to try to get the lip for this video, so I don't think there's going to be a ton of it left, but I didn't use it all that much. The one that I prefer is the Glossy lip paint, which is kind of funny because I didn't like it at first, and it's the WCW. Don't know why I'm looking at the bottom. I know the names by heart. And it's definitely glossy, but it's quite flattering and quite comfortable. So this is the drier one, this is the glossy one. And I really don't think there's a whole lot left of these products in this project. The problem is I have a lot of trouble showing progress. If at all, the progress is really going to show in the scale difference at the end of the video. And one that I really thought I was going to get an extra fold over, which is how I measure progress. This is the Juicy Tubes by Lancôme. And I am so close to folding this thing over again. Hopefully by the next update I will have. I was really focusing on a couple of glosses in some of the projects, and I knew that I was going to get closer on those, and so this one became the poor cousin. But it's okay because once the glosses I'm working on right now are out, this will all obviously be the gloss that will be getting my attention, so I'm okay with that. Next up, I have a couple of brow products. This one is a universal brow product by Joe Fresh, and it started off, it was flush with the top of the container, and I've just put a mark where it's at right now, and if I roll it all the way up, you'll see that there's not a ton of wax in here. So given how high it is and how much I've used, I'd say I've used about somewhere between 20 and 25%. So I'm pretty happy with that. I use it every day, and I used it in conjunction with a couple of different pencils. This is one of them. So this is a Joe Fresh brow pencil in the color Ash, and it has a spoolie on the other side. That's what I'm wearing in my brow today. I don't mind the color match. Sometimes I want something a bit darker, but when I want just an average brown, this is fine. I don't know why it's called Ash though, because I don't feel like it's an ash color. It's more like a brown, but whatever. It's okay. And I only paid a couple bucks for this thing, so I'm very pleased with it. I liked the consistency of it and the application / color so much, I ended up getting a second one because who gets a pencil like this for $2? They're regular $10 Canadian, so this was a real steal. And then I even got another discount off that. So is it any surprise I have 2 of these in my collection? I'm a bargain hunter, what can I say? Next up is a product I have so much trouble showing progress on. I use it a ton. I probably use this product It's neck and neck with the brow pencil I just showed you. I use it practically every day, and blush is so hard to use. I'm wearing it today. I wear it practically every day, and yeah, I just don't see a ton of change. So it's boring. A product where I do have quite a bit of change. I've done at least one more fold over on this. This is the Revlon BB cream in 01 with SPF 20, no, SPF 30 in this one. And I think that I only have a couple of updates for this one, and I have another one still after this one. They are older products, and I just want to move them out. And this one, as a matter of fact, did a little bit of separation for me this month. And so I just squish in the tube and try to get it to be a more cohesive cream to spread on my skin, like kind of a creamy product. I like it. I like the fact that there is SPF. I like the color match. I think it looks good on my skin, and I'm happy with it. I'll keep using it gladly. I mix it with the Sephora CC cream in matte bronze, just a tiny bit to warm this up a little bit. And I also put in my Joe Fresh illuminating primer as a mix. It's a little concoction of those three products that I use to do my complexion in the morning. I almost forgot a product, so I'm just inserting it. It probably looks like a different setup, but I did not want to forget this powder, and it is this one. This is the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance, and I definitely have some progress on this powder. I really focused on it quite a bit and used it with a different brush, which enabled me to use the product more effectively, and that is the big reason that I have more progress. Now, it's not going to show a whole lot for the pan, but I've used the powder in more depth, really focusing on this outer edge so that I didn't end up using up all the powder on that end. I'm very, very excited. I have been using that product every single time I did my makeup this past month, and so yeah, I think that I have maybe 3 months left of this powder, and I'm very excited because I really, really want to move on and get a powder that will work better for my under eye. Next up, a couple of products, two more of these little samples from Sephora. The Dr. Brandt No More Bags, or No More Bags, No More Baggage. It's empty. It has been cleaned out. There's nothing left, and it totally dried up on me. I tried to use the last amount and it just fell right off my face. So obviously it was done. And I'm on the fence. I have a full size of it, but I'm not that jazzed on the product. As soon as I put it on my face and I go and try to do concealer afterwards, it pills up on me. It looks ridiculous. So I think that it's either the base products that I'm using, or I may need to keep the No More Baggage by Dr. Brandt for non-makeup days, just to do a little bit of color correction and depuffing without any kind of makeup. So I'm going to be toying with how I use that full-size product, because right now it's been less than impressive recently on application. And we have one other little container, and there's barely anything left. I'm going to consider this done. There's only a couple uses left. So I will continue to use it, but there's no point in showing it in the next update. I mean, it's so, I'm going to say 3 applications, because I use it every day. I used it this morning, and there's almost nothing left. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be putting that in the next month update. There's no point. So I'm going to consider that one done, and I'm also going to consider the next couple of products done, because, well, they are. I have this NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and it only lasted a month. This is what I have here, and you'll see that it looks like there's a little bit left, but if I start using it, it pushes back in. So there's nothing that I can use here. And I'm really disappointed with this one, because when I measured it, and I did talk about it last month, it broke on me when I measured it. And so as I was using it, about this much fell on the floor somewhere. I couldn't find it because it had broken, and then I had twisted it up throughout the month to the point where it broke, the little bit that was in above the break just fell out of the pencil holder portion. And it was very little. I knew I was getting close. I'd been monitoring it, but yeah, again, it was not just a few millimeters. I didn't lose a lot, but I did lose maybe 3 or 4 days worth, which really irritated me. I don't like to waste product, especially product that I find okay. Now, I have to admit though, having used a bunch of other brow products now, especially with the Battle of the Brow products, I'll put a link to that video right here. I am a lot more picky because I've tried so many brow products. This one, it's too hard. I don't like the consistency of it, and I probably will not be repurchasing the NYX Micro Brow for quite a while. I mean, I won't because I have a ton of brow products, but what I'm saying is it's really fallen out of favor for me. And the price, I mean, it's $12.50. And now with having tried the Morphe pencil, the Joe Fresh pencil, I know I have a lot of alternatives that are a lot cheaper than this one. And frankly, there's not a lot of product in this one. The Morphe one has more and is cheaper, so I just don't see myself buying the NYX Micro Brow. And also, I did find that it seemed to tug a lot at my eyebrows, and it just felt like I was losing a lot of eyebrow hairs this month. So I'm not too keen on it anymore. And last one that I'm so excited about, because I've wanted to repurpose this container. It is the Joe Fresh Translucent powder, and you will see, I don't know if you can see on camera, there's just a tiny, tiny bit at the bottom that just doesn't come out, and like, we're talking tiny, not even one use. And so I am planning on opening up the plastic here and refilling it, and I have already the powder I want to use, which is why I was so excited to finish this container, because I want to transfer this one. Do you see how stupid this container is? Like, it has a brush that comes with, it's a completely useless brush. And then the holes here are so tiny that I have to use it over the sink because I have to pour the powder onto my powder brush. It's completely useless. There's quite a bit in here, 14 grams, and I want to have access to this Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Mineral Loose Powder. So I'm going to be transferring some of this into this one, and this one holds 6 grams. So I'm probably going to refill it at least twice. But this container is so much better. So I'm very excited to be moving those through. And so it was more than just finishing a product. It was, I really wanted to reuse the component, the container that the product comes in. So let's talk really quickly about scale weight. I have some exciting news for this specific one, which is I started off with 220 grams of product, and I was able to make this month 15 grams of difference across my products. So not only did you see a bunch of visual changes, if you remembered last month, but there was a significant scale weight difference without eliminating any packaging. This is specifically product use that was reduced by 15 grams. So I am super, super happy about that. So speaking of that, stick around. I have a bunch of side-by-side picture comparisons and weight progress from month to month as well coming up. But I hope that you agree with me that this past month was very successful for me in my rolling project pan. Super, super excited. And what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 officially finished products. I'm, really happy. 4 out of 14. That's a lot. That's almost a third. I'm really, really happy. And for next month, I'm going to be focusing on these two, this one, these two, this one, and I won't bother talking about the brow products because those I'm going to be using every day no matter what. And the blush as well, it's just no big difference. But these two, actually I'll put this one back. These two is what I really want to have gone. So this is my objective for the next month. I would really love to see these two out of this rolling project pan. There we go. I've said it. That is my commitment, that these two lip products, especially since I know that I'm getting close, it's a lot more motivating than ever before. And in the Roulette Pan collab, another rolling project pan, I have made tremendous progress on 2 different lip products over the last few months, and that's really given me a sense that I can make a big dent in lip products when I focus on those specific products. So I think that that's just moving on to this project to help me finally get rid of these. I did manage to get rid of the one that was in glossy lip paint in Goals. I think it was last month or the month before. So I just need to focus on them. That's it for my updates. I am going to leave it to the pictures now to tell you the full story, both on scale, weight, and visual progress, and we'll wrap it up at the end. Good stuff going on. I hope you enjoyed the video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But for now, take care.